Hello, everyone. Welcome back, English Beginners for Membership. I'm your English teacher, and today we're diving into the world of English for beginners. If you're just starting your journey to learn English, or if you want to brush up on the basics, this episode is for you.
Let's start with the beginning of the day, waking up. Most people wake up in the morning to start their day. You can say something like, I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. This is a basic sentence, but very useful. Notice the verb wake up. It means to stop sleeping. Here's an example of how you can talk about your morning routine. I wake up at 7 a.m., then I brush my teeth and wash my face. Brush and wash are two common actions we do in the morning. Brushing your teeth and washing your face are part of what we call personal hygiene, keeping yourself clean. Next, many people have breakfast in the morning. You can say, after I get dressed, I have breakfast. I usually eat cereal and drink coffee. Notice the phrase, I usually eat. This is a great way to tell someone what you do most of the time. It's not every day, but most days. Try using usually to talk about your own habits. You could also say, I sometimes eat toast, or I never drink coffee.
Try practicing this. I wake up at time. I usually eat food for breakfast. 2. Going to work or school. After breakfast, it's time to go to work or go to school. Here, we're talking about what we do during the day. For example, after breakfast, I go to work at 8 a.m. I take the bus to school every morning. Notice the verb go in these sentences. It's a simple but important verb that we use all the time. You can go to work, go to school, go shopping, go to the gym, and so on. You might also say, I drive to work, or I walk to school. If you take transportation, you can say, I take the train, or I ride my bike. This is also a great place to talk about time. For example, you might say, I arrive at work at 9 a.m., I leave for school at 7:30. Remember, you can talk about your specific schedule by practicing these phrases. Here's an example. I leave my house at 8 o'clock. I take the bus to work. It takes about 30 minutes to get there.
Try practicing this at home. Think about how you travel and how long it takes. You might say, it takes me 10 minutes to walk to school. My train ride to work is 20 minutes. 3. Working or studying now. Let's talk about what happens at work or school. For example, at work you might say, I start work at 9 a.m. I have a meeting at 11 a.m. I usually eat lunch at 12:30 p.m. Notice the phrase, I usually eat lunch. Just like with breakfast, we use usually to talk about common habits. For students, you might say, I have class from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I study English in the afternoon. My favorite subject is math. You can talk about what you do during your breaks as well. Here are a few examples. I take a break at 1 p.m. I usually have coffee during my break. Try practicing sentences about your work or study day. I study subject at time. I work from time to time.
4. Ending the day, evening routine. Now, let's move to the end of the day, the evening. When we finish work or school, we often go home to relax. You can say, I finish work at 6 p.m. I come home at 7 p.m. After work, I relax and watch TV. Notice the phrase, after work. You can use this to describe what you do after your main activity is done. Here's another example. After school, I go to the gym. Talking about your evening routine is a good way to practice time and activities. For example, I cook dinner at 8 p.m. I eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I read a book or listen to music. Many people also use the evening to prepare for the next day. I pack my bag for school. I set my alarm for 7 a.m. Then, it's time for bed. You can say, I usually go to bed at 10 p.m. I sleep for 8 hours. Again, usually is useful here. You might also say, I sometimes read before bed. I never drink coffee at night.
Talking about your evening or night routine is a good way to practice both verbs and time. Think about your own habits and try forming sentences like these. 5. Vocabulary review. Let's review some of the key vocabulary we use today. Wake up, to stop sleeping. Brush, teeth, to clean your teeth. Wash, face, to clean your face. Go to work, school, to leave your home and go to your workplace or school. Take the bus, train, to use transportation. Start, finish work, the time when you begin or stop working. Have lunch. Dinner, to eat lunch or dinner. Relax, to rest and do something enjoyable. Go to bed, to go to sleep. These are all simple words, but they are very useful for everyday conversations. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will feel using them in your own English-speaking situations.
That brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you found this useful for talking about your daily routines. Remember, practice makes perfect. So try using these phrases and words to talk about your own day, either with a friend or by yourself. If you'd like more practice, come back next time where we'll talk about another exciting and useful topic for beginners. Thanks for listening to Speak English, and remember to keep practicing. See you in the next episode.